Hey Florida drivers, the holiday season is upon us. When celebrating, always plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Besides, a DUI could cost you $10,000. Not exactly the best gift you could give yourself. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Holiday season at Duffy's Sports Grill means holiday features galore. Savor Duffy's limited time holiday menu with new crab stuffed mushrooms, seafood pasta, salmon Oscar, and mahi Oscar. Plus, famous holiday drinks like Jack Apple New Fashioned and a peppermint martini. Now, through New Year's Eve, score a $20 MVP bonus for every $100 in Duffy's gift cards you purchase. Duffy's, our game is always on.
Hey, Steph Prince here, General Manager of ESPN West Palm, to tell you about a team that has meant a lot to me and this community for a long time. Bob and the team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning have been helping me stay cool for years, whether at home or in the office. And living in South Florida with 3 kids, I don't know what I'd do without them. Family owned and operated, serving Royal Palm Beach and beyond since 1980. Let the knowledgeable and trained team at Bradley help you with your residential and commercial needs, installation, repair, seasonal maintenance, upgrades of all makes and styles and models of HVAC equipment, and so much more. Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning does things right the first time and makes the process smooth, stress-free, and most importantly, keeps you cool. Give them a call at 561-793-7497. That's 561-793-7497 or bradleyair.com. Any need, big or small, trust the amazing team at Bradley Heating and Air Conditioning.
Breaking news on ESPN 106.3 is brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
This just in, we begin this hour with breaking news.
When news breaks, ESPN 106.3 has it covered.
We've had developments. ESPN 106.3 can now report.
When your vehicle breaks, St. Lucie Battery and Tire fixes it. Stay tuned to ESPN 106.3 for more breaking news. Brought to you by St. Lucie Battery and Tire.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Niners versus Lions on Monday Night Football, Week 17. But the only thing on the line is the draft order?
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. Feels so good to be home, baby. It feels so good to be home. Happy holidays. Finally back from my excursion out to Scottsdale, Phoenix area in Arizona to catch some fam, catch some good vibes, some good eats, some good drinks. Glad to be back here in West Palm Beach. Glad to be back here in the Evan Cohen Studios in City Place. Right alongside my guy C-Cat, who's on the other side of the glass on the ones and the twos. How are you, my friend? You've been out here kind of in the studio by yourself these days. You've been lonely.
It's been nice and quiet. Huh. You know, I like when I don't get tapped on the shoulder to do more work than what I'm doing.
Huh.
So, you know, the lack of foot traffic has been pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be a lack of foot traffic in the stadium tonight. It should be, at least. In what's Levi Stadium for the 49ers tonight as they look to host the Lions. And again, too bad there's not a draft lottery in the National Football League, because if they were, that would be the only thing the Niners can win this year. They are 6-9, already mathematically, obviously eliminated from the playoffs. And honestly, what would be best for them as a team, as an organization, is to lose, just to get a little bit better in the draft order. But for the Lions, this game doesn't matter at all because no matter what happens, the 13-2 Lions, who have been undefeated on the road this year, they are going to be playing for the number 1 seed in the NFC come Week 18 on Sunday Night Football against Sam Darnold and the Minnesota Vikings. Like, what the hell? What the hell kind of NFL are we in right here today?
Better believe it.
I'm confused, CK.
Broadway Sam just showed up a couple of years later than expected. What's the Broadway equivalent in Minnesota? God. Never been.
You know what? I've been all in and out of Minneapolis. I've been to the Target Center recently. My wife's side of the family lives there. The Broadway version of, honestly, is just downtown.
Downtown
You
Sam.
know what? You know what? They claim to have the greatest state fair in all of America.
Wow.
Now, obviously, I'm a South Florida fair guy, so I can't rock with that all throughout. Like, I can't agree with them on that. So I would at least say they're top 2. But their claim to fame in Minneapolis, outside of Prince and what is his castle called? Prince's Estate. I forget what it's called. But outside of Prince's Estate, Minneapolis is known as the place with the greatest state fair. And my mom went and she really loved it. So
burgers there, I believe, called Juicy Lucy's.
Juicy Lucy's.
Yeah, they put the cheese inside. I saw an Adam Richman Man vs. Food episode on Travel Channel about that. That's all I've got.
They put the cheese inside of the meat?
Yes, so when you bite into it, you know.
That's good, though. I like
emerges.
that. I like it, but they're not the first people to do that. Let's keep it G in Minnesota.
Hey, they coined the name Juicy Lucy. That's all I'm telling you.
So they coined the name. That's cute. It's like, don't act as if you guys invented putting cheese into the ground beef before you cook the burger. Like, that's been done time and time again. In fact, that's what people do with blue cheese a lot of times with Burger Patch. So
I also think we've exhausted the possibilities of cheese. Everything that can be done with cheese has been done with cheese.
Yes.
There's no more inventions with cheese.
We don't need any more inventions with cheese. And I will say this too, that was kind of the government's doing, right? The government cheese. They gave all the cheese out and all the restaurants were like, all right, we got to do something with it.
Really?
Yes, it's a real thing.
Oh, I thought everyone agreed that cheese was good.
Conspiring. No, it's a real, yeah. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, a metaphor like that, like I will not eat the cheese, like a rat trap. Like, that's what that kind of sounds like. That's crazy.
That's why they say government cheese, though.
Oh.
Like, that's why it's a real thing.
I thought it was like a maze where the rat walks through and the scientists are all watching to see if he remembers which direction to go.
Well, no, that's different. I mean, the rat trap thing, are you talking about when people say it's a rat trap? Like, you ain't going to be able to make it out? Like,
I just thought that dangling the cheese was like making somebody do something like they're a guinea pig.
That's a different analogy. I'm talking about government cheese. People talk about, oh, you living off that government cheese. They're talking about the money. It's a synonym for like welfare or what do you call it when you get when your unemployment checks? It's the government cheese. But that phrase derived from literally the government like subsidizing like big cheese, I guess, back in the day. And that's why like there's all of these fast food chains. I don't know. I'm not getting into a history lesson here, but what I will get into, the real history lesson we're about to embark on is happening right in front of our eyes. It's happening, and we're taking it all in, and we're consuming it. And I think a lot of people are not realizing what they're actually watching. Sunday Night Football, the Commanders taking on the Atlanta Falcons, and thank God they finally got some sense into them. I don't know who the decision makers are. Technically, I do in Atlanta, but I'm not sure who gets the final say between Dimitroff, the GM, the head coach, Raheem Morris, or maybe even Arthur Blank, the owner. I'm not sure. But they took way too long to get off of Kirk Cousins and put Michael Penix in the game. Cousins is cooked. His career is dangling. Just like the threat of his Achilles right now, it is over with. I don't want to see him playing for a winning football team again. He needs to be a career backup going forward or just retire. He looked terrible this year, especially in those last 3 or 4 games. And the gift that we got from them finally getting some senses through their thick skulls out there in Atlanta was Michael Penix Jr., who showed up and showed the play and almost played the Falcons into the playoffs last night against the Washington Commanders. The thing that we're witnessing right now is historic. I'll get to my big statement, but I want to start with what happened last night in Sunday Night Football. The Commanders had a lead, right? First, the Falcons were up by 10 late. And even you texted me That was such a roller coaster game, C-Cat.
Yeah, we had it in the punchline picks competition between, theoretically speaking, and Russo and Rizzo. So we were pulling for the Commanders.
We wanted the Commanders to get the dub and the cover. They were a 3.5-point favorite, and we really wanted that to happen so we can continue to – have we caught up to them yet? I think we're one game back right now.
One game back right now, but we got a lot of ball to play this week.
Yeah. So we'll see how it plays out. But that game, we were on the Falcons side, or the Commanders side. They were on the Falcons side. We were pulling for a cover for the Commanders. The Falcons, first drive, Penix interception. Commanders take advantage, score a touchdown on a 4th and goal. C-Cat texts me immediately. He says, I've seen enough. We go ahead and turn this thing off.
Let's go. I thought it was a Commanders 24-6 game.
Yes.
Easy going.
Yes.
Michael Penix, welcome to the NFL. Not every game is the New York Giants.
And you literally said that. Not every game is the Giants. This is not the NFC South. This is big boy football. And I said, now mind you, I said this, but before the game, I was like, there's a way in which this can go that can get ugly for the Falcons. So I did put in a Commanders -14 ticket just in case. Just to cover my tail.
Was that a live line?
No, I did it before the game.
Oh, okay. Alternate line.
I did the alt line before the game, Commanders -14, just because I'm like, I've seen a lot of blowouts in the past couple of days, and if it's going to happen, it's going to happen in favor of the Commanders because it's his second start against a Dan Quinn coach team. He can confuse him. I wouldn't be shocked by that. But then the Falcons train starts, and Penix looked competent. He trusted Bijan Robinson a lot more. His connection with Drake London already looks pristine. And Atlanta goes up by 10 in a game where now you and I are texting each other like, damn it, we're screwed.
Yeah.
These guys keep catching breaks. What are we going to do? Punchline picks. We're going to be up there. I'm starting to write my stand-up comedy as we speak because, as you know, punchline picks, as we pick these football games against the spread, the losing team has to do a stand-up set. And I want my set to be good if we end up having to do it. So as I'm jotting down some notes, thinking of some life stories I can tell and how I can cultivate that into a nice, lead-in and a boom, punchline, out of nowhere, here come those pesky Commanders. Jaden Daniels, a guy who is now breaking records left and right, using his legs, using his arm. Jaden Daniels brings the Commanders back from a 10-point deficit to lead. Now the Commanders are up 7 late in the fourth quarter, and Michael Penix Jr. gets the ball back with a chance to tie it. And everything went wrong for the Falcons that could go wrong as soon as they got into goal-to-go position. The funniest thing about this, C-Cat, is this is the position in which if you have Kirk Cousins behind center and you get put into the positions that Michael Penix Jr. got put in, that game's over.
2nd and goal from the 27, I believe.
That game's over. First, you try and snap the ball direct to a running back, and that gets screwed up. And then there was, I believe, like a holding call or something. It was absolutely insane, but it boiled down to this. 4th and goal from the 13-yard line. The Falcons down by a touchdown to the Commanders. Playoff hopes on the line here. And rookie Michael Penix Jr., in just his second career start against a Dan Quinn coach team, does this.
4th and goal. Penix. End zone. Touchdown. Held on to by Kyle Pitts.
To Kyle Pitts, of all people, that call courtesy of NBC. Michael Penix Jr. finds Kyle Pitts over the middle for a touchdown, threads the needle, puts it right where it needs to be. Falcons tie that thing up. We have overtime between two rookie quarterbacks and two teams competing for playoff positioning to make the playoffs. We get overtime, and it was all based on the prolific play of both of those young gunslingers, Michael Penix Jr. and Jaden Daniels. That, C-Cat, got me thinking again because as you recall, this offseason, we kind of became the hub for the Chicago Bears. We're singing the praises of what's his name again? Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears as if he's going to be the second coming to Patrick Mahomes. And as we were doing a lot of that, I started looking around the league. And I remember the day it happened. It was August, I believe like 16th or so, mid-August, when the news came out that Sean Payton was going to go with Bo Nix. He was going to start him week 1 against the Seahawks. And I said, man, if Sean Payton has faith in Bo Nix like that, and you and I believe in Caleb Williams the way we do, and then there's a Heisman-winning quarterback in Jaden Daniels that went number 2 to the Commanders, and then Drake May, who comes from a legacy of elite athletes is stepping into an organization like New England, and then J.J. McCarthy. I'm like, yo, is this not the greatest quarterback rookie class we've ever seen?
There's just too many things that would have to go wrong. Everybody, everywhere would have to be wrong about their individual opinions for it not to be.
Exactly. That's my thoughts. I'm reading the tea leaves. I'm listening to what the experts are telling me. I am also listening to what my gut is telling me, and I'm watching the damn football games, and I'm like, yo, this is the greatest quarterback class we've ever had in the history of this National Football League. I say it today, and again, let's jump into the time machine, the theoretically speaking time machine, because I said it before the season even kicked off. Wednesday's August 21st, I'm telling you right now, they're going to start making waves about this thing, especially if Sean Payton can make Bo Nix look like a certified starter in this league. This 2024 NFL draft class, when it comes to the quarterbacks, 6 of them taken in the first round, maybe even a couple of those guys later, Spencer Rattler with the Saints. It's going to be the best quarterback draft class in league history, and a lot of it has to do with the state of the NFL right now. I couldn't have said it better myself. That was, August 21st. We are 4 months removed from that, 17 weeks of the NFL removed from that. And based on what we've seen from Jaden Daniels, who, by the way, Jaden Daniels, who has looked like the best, and he will be the Offensive Rookie of the Year. Last night, he became the record holder for most rushing yards by a quarterback, 864 yards on the ground. Still has a game to play here, so he could possibly surpass 1,000. That would be crazy. He also, Jaden Daniels, has 12 touchdown passes in the fourth quarter and overtime, the most by a rookie in NFL history, including, again, obviously last night when he threw the ball to Zach Ertz in overtime to win the game. Jaden Daniels, him being the leader of this pack, Drake May having 15 touchdowns and 10 picks with the Patriots, but having no weapons around him, a shaky offensive line, and we don't know how good that coaching staff is right now, how much they're actually helping him or hurting him. Drake May looks like a franchise quarterback as well. Bo Nix, right? That was the day I kind of succumbed to it because I was a Bo Nix hater. A lot of us were. Did you believe in Bo Nix coming out of the draft?
No, I didn't. But we talked about how the quarterback room in Denver might be the worst we've ever seen.
Yes. We said they would go winless. Well, I said the difference, and I own up to it. When I make bad calls, I own up to it. But when I also, I allow myself, I'm not a prisoner of the moment kind of guy. I'm more so, I allow myself to be wrong, and I own up to it. Before that day, on August 21st, when I said Bo Nix now being named the starter, now I actually believe he can maybe be made into something by Sean Payton. I said that was the worst quarterback room of all time. I said that that team will go winless. That team is actually a win away from going to the playoffs with Bo Nix. It can, and a win against the Kansas City Chiefs backups, right? So they're really favored by 9 points or so to actually make the playoffs. It cannot be understated that based on what we've seen from the 5 quarterbacks that have now played and won football games in the National Football League, and then the one guy who, by the way, we haven't mentioned yet, national champion J.J. McCarthy. I just pulled a Mike Rizzo, but I didn't change my voice. What is up with the guy? Why does he always do that?
I think the way to do it is you take a deep breath in and then exhale with it.
National champion Mike Rizzo. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird thing, but it's his thing.
It's his thing.
Big shout out to Mike Rizzo, by the way. Russo and Rizzo here, 4 to 6 p.m. If you want to see that in action, you'll see what I mean. He does that all the time. But again, J.J. McCarthy hasn't played a snap in the regular season. His coach in college was Jim Harbaugh, who we know knows how to train up and get the most out of quarterbacks. His coach in the NFL right now he should be the front runner to win it. I haven't looked at the odds, but Kevin O'Connell, who literally, this Kirk Cousins that you're seeing right now that got benched for Michael Penix Jr., yeah, KOC had the guy about to be in the playoffs with the Vikings. Sam Darnold, who failed miserably with the Jets, who had to be a backup after a failed stint with the Panthers, had to be a backup in San Francisco before getting a last chance deal in Minneapolis. He's got that guy 1 win away from the number 1 seed in the bye in the NFC. J.J. McCarthy is going to be a starter in this league, and he's going to be good. I don't think there's an argument against that. Now, again, me, Theo Dorsey, who argued with Mike Tannenbaum, the big brain genius former NFL GM, who's been singing the praises of J.J. McCarthy the whole time, I am coming to my senses. with that coach and that roster in Minneapolis, J.J. McCarthy's going to be a good quarterback.
Yeah, fingers crossed everything works out with his rehab from his preseason injury. He's got a calendar year to learn the playbook, learn the offense, get acquainted with his surrounding coaches, teammates, quarterbacks. He's set up for success if Darnold's not back in Minnesota again.
He's set up for success, and the other 5 guys, they already have the full faith of their organizations. The Falcons know who their future of the franchise is right now, and it's Michael Penix Jr. We've seen enough. I know it's only been a game and a half. We've seen enough. If you can't make it happen with that guy, it's on you and not on him. You saw the way he bounced back from opening drive interception, and then they score a touchdown on it. And that kid bounces back like that, you've got a guy. The Broncos, Bo Nix, he's shown us 17 weeks of it. You've got a guy. The Bears, Caleb Williams. You had to fire your head coach and your offensive coordinator in the same season.
Yeah, that's the one part of that organization that Bears fans, Bears pontificators, Chicago as a whole has agreed Caleb's not the problem. It's every single other piece around him.
It's literally the offensive line is shaky. And Caleb Williams' stats, I know it's been a bad year because it's been underwhelming. He's still 19 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Just 6 as a rookie. 3,300 yards. And his completion percentage isn't good. He takes way too many sacks. He might break a record for how many sacks he's taken. But that's not the kind of rookie season that tells me, I don't know if we've got our guy yet. I've seen the flashes. I've seen the throws. Remember the 4th down throw he had to, I believe was it DJ Moore or Roma Dunze?
It was DJ Moore in the flat rolling to his right.
Sick.
A disastrous drive.
Sick.
They had no business having a chance in that game, in that drive, and he just rolls to his right and throws a dime.
Caleb Williams is going to be good. He's going to be a Pro Bowl level quarterback. He's going to be a guy that is going to be the face of that franchise as well. There are I don't see a miss yet. The only potential miss could be J.J. McCarthy. It looks like there's 0 misses out of 6 quarterbacks drafted in the top 12. This is the greatest rookie quarterback class in the history of the National Football League. It's better than 1983. It's better than what we got recently with what was the Jordan Love and was that
2020 was
20? Yes, 2020.
Herbert got drafted in 2020. That's
Herbert,
what I remember because he was in his living room.
Herbert, Hurts, Jordan Love, I think, was in that class as well. And we're missing somebody in there. Joe Burrow?
Tua.
That was a great class as well.
It was Joe Burrow because they were the 2019 national champions.
Yes.
And they got drafted. Yep.
That was a elite class, right? Like, look at those names we just dropped.
Mm-hmm.
Those are playoff quarterbacks
It's
right now.
Bulk of starting. Having a great starting quarterback is a hard thing to secure in the NFL or someone you can confident is going to be there in 5 years. We name a bunch of them already.
My 2024 sports revelation. I know these next couple of days you're thinking about what's my 2025 New Year's resolution. Well, before we look forward, we must look back. What 2024 taught me, my 2024 sports revelation, is that this is the single greatest quarterback class in the history of the NFL. Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Michael Penix Jr., and J.J. McCarthy. We'll see what he has next year, but from what I've seen from those other 5 guys, those franchises know that they're solidified at the QB position. Now they're going to be able to build around it. The hardest thing to do in the league is to find a franchise quarterback. They've done that. Now we'll see how they work around it. Who will the Bears hire to lead them as a head coach and a play caller, right? Who are the weapons the Patriots are going to find to surround Drake May with? Those are the kind of questions. At what point can you turn the thing over to J.J. McCarthy? For Michael Penix Jr., I mean, honestly, it's set up for him. It's set up for Michael Penix. It's just a question of just how good is this guy who was able to bring Washington to the national championship game in college football. Bo Nix, the knock on him all year, he's just dinking and dunking. He's just right here. He's just a little left and right shallow passes. And then he threw a 67-yard bomb. And everybody shut the hell up, including me. Bo Nix is a guy. Bo Nix, to me, it feels what they've done with him in Denver this year feels very similar to the style of play that Josh Allen has had. A lot of short yak plays, and then those bombs here and there to those guys like Marvin Mims and guys like Cortland Sutton that can go catch it over the top. And then also, he has the mobility where you can run him around. He's a big enough guy to take hits. Drake May as well. Oh, my gosh. Drake May is really good. I know we haven't been paying enough attention to the New England Patriots, y'all, but if you watch one of those games, sometimes it's hard to get through. Drake May has at least 3 or 4 plays per game that lets you know, he is going to be a problem once he gets a team around him, once he gets the walls fortified up there in New England.
Once you get Travis Hunter around him.
Wow.
They right now have the number one pick.
Yeah, that's crazy. And I'm sick of all the talk of them. They're not trading Drake May. Stop it. Them putting out there and having these reporters who are these pundits that are puppets for the Patriots right now. Anybody you hear saying that the Patriots are considering trading Drake May and using the number one pick on Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward, and I love me some Cam Ward, those guys are literally just trying to inflate the value of the number one pick in favor of the Patriots so they can trade out of it and have a guy that wants a team that wants one of those 2 quarterbacks, right? Like, are people foolish enough to actually believe this stuff, or are they geniuses like me?
That's ludicrous. You can't get a guy who has NFL snaps, shown good things at this level, and then say, you know what, let's roll the dice again.
What the hell? Anybody believing those reports? Anybody believing those reports? I got some volcano insurance to sell you. Hit me up, 888-760-3776. Also, hit me up with your 2024 sports revelation. What did you learn in the year of 2024? Basketball, football, soccer, golf, hockey, whatever. I don't care. Let me know what your 2024 sports revelation was. Mine is, this 2024 class, unprecedented, and it won't be matched anytime soon. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. Hit my line, the Baptist Health Hotline specific. Are you experiencing foot and ankle pain and need to see an expert in the field? Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has a team of foot and ankle orthopedic surgeons and specialists who are regarded as leaders in their specialty. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho.
And by the way,
760-3776.
You don't want to call in, hear your voice heard. Hey, hear your actual, hypothetical voice heard in the Prize Picks YouTube chat. We love hearing from all of our people in the Prize Picks YouTube chat, or even on Facebook, or even on Twitter.
Yeah.
Leave us your comments and get in the conversation that way.
Okay, let me check out the chat before we go to break here, and then we got to get around on the other side. I can't wait. We got some great topics on this thing. Sirianni, Coach of the Year. We're getting that from Xavier. I'll be honest with you, X. There's no way in hell Sirianni's even in conversation for Coach of the Year. Like, what is it? The Coach of the Year for what? For yelling at Zach Ertz after a game, after getting come back on by the Commanders? The Coach of the Year for what? For not being a nuisance the whole season, just 3 or 4 weeks here and there?
Yeah.
What has Sirianni done? X, put in the chat one good thing Sirianni has done this year, and then I'll maybe consider having him on a ballot somewhere, like number 10.
If you think Sirianni's the Coach of the Year, you must think really low of Jalen Hurts. Like excruciatingly low of Jalen Hurts.
That too. We got Bubba. He says, how about those Vikings MVP Sam Darnold? Hey, he's got a case. Sam Darnold, he's got a case. The problem is he's not.
I think he might have won it last year. If Sam Darnold had the season he had this year with the Vikings, I think, because last year
truly,
there really was no one stepping up and grabbing that MVP award. This year it's the complete opposite. You kind of have two, and if you want to consider Burrow, we're going to do this song and dance, consider Burrow, but you have two really strong candidates. Not the year for Sam Darnold. I honestly think that he would be either second or first in MVP last year.
He would, and this year he's not even going to make a top 5, and the problem is because Kevin O'Connell's getting Coach of the Year based on what Sam Darnold's been able to do. So, sorry about that, Bubba. He has had an MVP-like season, though, and he can claim the number 1 seed and have a really, really good, argument for it. But again, it's also Sam Darnold. We're not giving – when it's Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow – we're not giving Sam Darnold the MVP.
That's just it.
It just ain't going to happen.
Falsy.
And then Cade says, Burrow, Tua, Herbert, Love, he was helping us out. That is the class, and that's a really good class.
Mm-hmm.
That is, to be honest with you, I'm more afraid of that class passing up the 2024 class than I am of the 24 class being able to not overcome, but achieve more than what that 1983 class did.
Yeah, it's just 2 in the hand, or 1 in the hand, 2 in the bush.
Because there's some things that can blossom from Hurts, Herbert, Love. Like, there's a lot to be shown. I'm good on Tua. I think the peak for Tua is likely one playoff win or so. And then Joe Burrow, the problem with Joe Burrow is I think that those other guys are just more talented than him. So he's going to always need a little bit more surrounding him versus what Mahomes, Allen, and Lamar are going to be able to do.
And, the unfortunate elephant in the room is that a couple of these really good quarterbacks that dumped into the league this year in this rookie class went to the NFC.
Right.
The AFC's already got crowded with Patrick Mahomes. So, you always have that, believe it or not, a lower ceiling in the AFC for the next foreseeable decade.
And yes, 100%. And then Randy, my guy Randy, he says, show some running back love here. Quarterback's getting too much attention. Saquon, the 9th player to ever hit 2,000 rushing yards in a season. We'll see. We're going to have that conversation. Stick around, Randy. We're going to have that conversation very soon here on Theoretically Speaking. If you start him and let him go for the record, or do you sit him and preserve him for a playoff run? You'll be surprised which side of the fence I'm on with that. That's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey on the other side. Oh, my God. It is your favorite way to get around. It is the get around, and we're going to be talking little Cam Scannable. What the hell? Is he trying to tick everybody off on that Texas defense?
I love it.
Oh, he's crazy. We'll talk about it next here on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen, and this really is the most wonderful time of the year. It's Monday Night Football with the Lions and 49ers. We get started in Santa Clara at 7:30. So get off the sidelines and keep your head in the game with ESPN 106.3.
What's up, y'all? It's Theo Dorsey, and the holiday season is here. You can give back the gift of golf at the park in West Palm Beach. For every $100 gift card you purchase, the park will donate $10 towards their Christmas For the Path program. If you're looking for the perfect gift for the golfer in your life, or even yourself, now is the time. Enjoy great golf while making the season brighter for kids who need it most. Swing by the park and let's tee up some holiday cheer together. The park is open 7 days a week from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Is your car stuck in the past? Is it still, lacking excitement? Time for a change? Hello 2025 Discovery Sport. With sleek design, incredible performance, and, wait for it, 3.9% APR for 48 months. Yes, you could be driving this beauty for as low as $22.53 a month per 1,000 financed. That's practically a steal. Don't let your old ride make you feel like a dinosaur. Get into a Discovery Sport today and feel like you're driving the future. Only at Land Rover Palm Beach.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game-changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
Hey, I'm Brett Podolsky, co-founder of The Farmer's Dog. We make fresh food for dogs. We started the company when we saw what a huge difference it made in my own dog, Jada, when she stopped eating ultra-processed kibble and started eating fresh, whole food. The Farmer's Dog food isn't fancy. It's just real food, delivered to your door in pre-portioned packs. It's better for them and easier for you.
Get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/trial50. That's thefarmersdog.com/trial50.
Hi, Evan Cohen here, and it's time to check the ESPN 106.3 fan phone. It's where you, the fans, have your voice heard. Roll it.
Your car warranty may have expired.
Oh, no.
Michelle is right. Again, Jack.
Well, that's no good.
I have 2 words for Stephen A. Bite me!
Yikes.
So that dope of a manager brings in a guy from the bullpen with a garbage IFFB percentage?
Oh, dear.
To face a batter that has the second highest BABIP in the league.
Okay, that's enough. Thank you.
Idiot.
Keep listening to Unsportsmanlike weekdays, 6 to 10 a.m. on ESPN 106.3. We hear you.
Hey golf fans, Colin Russo here. Looking to improve your game? Flagstick Golf Performance, the ultimate indoor golf experience, is now open in Boynton Beach. With 3 indoor simulators and a state-of-the-art putting studio, Flagstick helps players at all levels up their game. Get lessons from experts, try the latest clubs, or just come up for a round on the simulators. You can track your stats and see real improvement. Flagstick is where serious golfers and beginners find their edge. Bring your friends or family and enjoy golf like never before. Visit flagstickgolfperformance.com to book your session.
Hi, I'm Michael Manzo, owner and founder of Manzo's Italian Deli, and
Stop, Dad. After 20 years, people are tired of hearing your voice.
Yeah, and your lame-ass commercials.
Fresh prosciutto, mozzarella, outstanding.
Oh, please.
There's only one reason Manzo's has voted #1 deli in Palm Beach County for 20 years. Our mother.
She makes sure you prepare everything from scratch using only the freshest ingredients.
Manzo's Italian Deli is located on Palm Beach Lakes Boulevard, right next to Rain Dancers.
Is that a strip club?
No, it's a steakhouse. Manzo's is open weekdays from 8 to 5 and offers free delivery. So stop by or call 697-9411. That's 697-9411.
we also specialize in hot and cold catering for corporate functions and special events.
Just ask anyone who was at my last birthday party.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
I absolutely love that we all care so much about the MVP. I love that we are all sharing in discourse around the most valuable player in the NFL. I hate where the conversation has gone. And I also cannot stand to hear another single word out of Dan Orlovsky's mouth, who has an MVP vote, but he's already mailed it in like 3 weeks ago, and I don't think anything would actually change his mind here going forward.
With all awards, I really think we should never do that, ever. Why are we allowing
you can't? He should not be able to talk about it.
Or I don't care about that. I care about voting before the season's over.
Oh,
we
right.
haven't seen the complete season.
We haven't. I don't know technically if you can in the NFL submit your MVP vote early. I'm not sure. I know with the Heisman you can.
That's all I'm referring to that too. Because I see every single data point that should be accounted for, and then you vote at the end. It's like
it should be illegal not to. And also, those are such prestigious awards that, like the Heisman, even if the Heisman told you have now 24-hour window, now that the season is closed, to submit your pick, that should be enough.
Yeah.
They shouldn't have to give you 2 weeks, 3-week window because they're afraid people aren't going to submit their vote. If they don't submit their vote in that 24-hour window for the Heisman, for the MVP or whatever, guess what? You ain't voting next year.
You don't care enough.
You don't care. And you don't deserve to be able to be in it. And I think anybody that did submit their Heisman vote early or in the NFL, I don't know what the process is, but if you submit your NFL MVP vote early, you deserve to have that vote eliminated. You deserve to be terminated as a vote. That is a privilege, not a right. Like they used to tell us back in school. Did y'all have this? Did you ride the bus to school?
I did.
So when we would ride the bus and you would get in trouble riding the bus, they would actually kick you off of the bus, like suspend you from the bus for a week and make it hell on your parents and yourself on how to get to school. And the whole thing is stop acting up on the bus because that is a privilege, not a right.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to think, low key as a kid, you thought, you have to provide this bus for me. Apparently back in Houston, they actually could take those privileges away. And I was a multi-time offender.
Really?
Hell yeah.
That shows a lot of true colors because you can run and hide on a bus. You only have to see that guy twice a day for a couple of minutes. But on a teacher, be a teacher's pet, be nice to your teacher. They actually determine your grades. But a bus driver, more vulnerable. That says a lot about you, Theo.
It wasn't what I did to the bus driver offending him. It was more so like I got in a couple fights on the bus and other little things. I was never disrespectful to like the bus drivers or even teachers. I just used to be, I guess, disrespectful to other kids. Screw those kids. I don't care about them. Still don't. All right, it's time to get into the get around. I do want to address the YouTube Prize Picks chat right quick because we got some MVP discourse, which has gone into the gutters on every social media platform, but not on this platform, not on Theoretically Speaking. We speak true and honest in the conversation about the MVP. And our guy, I don't know how to say his name. Do you know how to say this guy's name?
Elequipido.
Elequipido. I don't know what it means. Hopefully we didn't say anything bad. He says Joe Burrow has ridiculous numbers, and I think he's pushing Joe Burrow to be the MVP. And then we got Bubba, who wants Sam Darnold to be the MVP. It's just so ridiculous. Mahomes. When I heard somebody put Mahomes in the conversation, I said, all right, we've gone too far. And that's my favorite quarterback. That's my team. But we've gone too far. All right, so it's a two-man race for the MVP. It's Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, and I do think that based on stats, based on head-to-head, based on performance, Lamar should be the leader, but people have already decided. Let's head into the get-around because one of the guys being nominated now for MVP was a topic of conversation.
I get around. What you mean you don't know?
The Get Around brought to you by the South Florida Fair. Actually, we'll take our last stop on the South Florida Fair, and I'll tell you exactly how you can get involved late January. But let's start at our first stop.
Next stop,
we're going to Cincinnati, Ohio.
Hell no. Who wants to be in Cincinnati, especially this time of year? It sucks.
Well, Bengals head coach Zach Taylor wants to be in Cincinnati. He had high praise for his QB1 after the Bengals beat the Broncos in overtime.
I don't know that anybody can stand on a field and watch Joe Burrow and say he's not the best player in the world, and then you can transfer that argument to Jamar Chase as well, and you can argue those two to death. But the clearest thing I can say is I would not trade Joe Burrow for any player in the universe. And so, to me, that's MVP to me.
All right. So wait a second. So you're telling me the Bengals head coach Zach Taylor thinks the two best players in the world are Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase? Wow. Sure. That's incredibly thoughtful of him. Like, I'm sure he took a lot of time. He looked at a lot of data sheets, pulled out his Excel. He consulted other coaches and players. He said, who are the best two players in the world? Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I guess so. Hey, so if Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are the two best players in the world and they're on your team and you're going to miss the playoffs, what does that say about you, Zach Taylor?
Well, that's like Zach Taylor saying the most beautiful lake in the world is Lake Erie, or whatever's the most close lake to Cincinnati, Ohio. Yeah. Just anyone saying, oh, you know what? What's the most beautiful street in the world? Yeah. It's actually Rosemary Avenue, right in front of us. Wow.
Be where your feet are, yeah. I appreciate him interjecting into it. I'm sure the question led him into saying something like that, and you got to defend your guys. But let's keep it G, guys. Joe Burrow is not even close to being the greatest player in the sport of football. He's not even in the top 5 of that. He might not even be the best football player on his team. And that's no shot to Joe Burrow. That just speaks to how highly I think of Jamar Chase.
Next stop,
we're going to Atlanta, Georgia. You've been there a time or two.
Hey, I used to kick it in the A now.
It's the home of the Peach Bowl. Arizona State running back Cam Scatterbo said at today's media availability, quote, "There's nobody out there that can stop me." They face Texas on New Year's Day. Will Cam Scatterbo eat his words?
Oh, my gosh, bruh. And you know what? I just left Phoenix. I left Scottsdale, right there by Tempe. Drove through Tempe, checked out the Arizona State campus. Beautiful. Lovely lifestyle. I can see why living and being there for that long can foster this amount of confidence in you because the ambiance is so great out there. Why the hell would you antagonize the number 1 defense, not in the SEC, in the nation, in the Texas Longhorns? I think this is going to end poorly for Cam Scatterbo. Maybe this is playing into a full play by Arizona State. Maybe Coach Dillingham is like, hey, say that. Have them focusing on stopping the run. We'll play action pass all day, baby. Right over the top.
13-point favorite, Texas against Arizona State. Arizona State, hey, a lot of time to prepare.
I want to see what Cam Scatterbo's rushing numbers are, what his projections are on Prize Picks. I'm banging the less. Less.
That's true. You're down 21 in the fourth. You're not going to be rushing the football much.
Bro, this is going to be a humbling experience for Cam Scatterbo. At least he gets to go back to Glendale and Scottsdale and all that. It's beautiful out there.
And it's similar to the Penn State situation where the number 1 knock on both the 5-seeded or the 4-ranked Penn State Nittany Lions and the 3-ranked Texas is that the good teams that they've played, they lost to.
Yes.
Both of them. Penn State lost to Oregon and Ohio State, and Texas lost to Georgia twice. They haven't beaten anybody that was in the same caliber as Georgia. Now you play somebody in a college football playoff game who you can slap around a little bit. Yeah, the foot's not going to be taken off the gas, and Texas is going to say, what do you say now?
They're going to have their way. They're going to have their way with Cam Scatterbo and that Arizona State offense. I like them a lot. Again, I like the sleeping giant that is the Sun Devils, but I do not think Cam Scatterbo fueling the fire here is going to do any good for what that offense is going to be able to do in the Peach Bowl. Can't wait.
Next stop,
we're going to Party City. Why do you go to Party City for?
Aren't they closing?
I guess so.
By the way, I go to Party City often. I probably hit Party City like 10 times this year, which is a lot.
Yeah, you got our Halloween costumes from Party City.
I literally went to So Party City to me is a mainstay because also my wife loves balloons.
Oh.
Like a balloon will make her week. If I just get her a nice like cartoon shaped balloon or like a big, big like happy birthday, any balloon makes her week. So I go to Party City a lot, and now they're all closed.
Well, we're going to Party City because that's where you get birthday party supplies. 2 big ones today. Happy birthday to Tiger Woods, who turns 49, and LeBron James, who turns 40. My question for you, Theo, is who has done more for their respective sport? Tiger Woods to golf, LeBron James to basketball.
That is an incredibly... It is a generic question, right? It probably gets talked about on Sports Talk Radio here and there, right?
No, we're the first ones, actually.
Whoa. It's a really good question, though. Because LeBron ushered in this player empowerment era in the NBA that I would dare say was so pervasive that it actually infiltrated other sports in a way that was like almost an unintended consequence. Like, look at the way that guys in the NFL act now and college football act now. A lot of that started with LeBron holding franchises' feet to the fire and becoming a person that was able to demand more out of teams. So I do think when it comes to player empowerment and also the pass-first mentality that LeBron has, the brand that he has, the platforms, the media stuff, the business entities, he's done a lot for basketball. But I got to go Tiger Woods here. And here's why. I could make an argument that on LeBron's watch, there's another player who has changed basketball even more. And that's Steph Curry. Just in the way basketball is. Stephen Curry, some people say he's ruined basketball. Some people say he's made it more of a delight to be a part of and watch. What he did to basketball schematically, the way that he's taught people how to, you can actually shoot it from 30 feet 8 times a game, and those are good shots if you're able to make them. He has changed the way basketball is being played at every single level. So they have similar level impacts on a sport at the same time, whereas Tiger Woods, no comparison.
Yeah, Tiger, let's put it this way. They never moved the three-point line because of LeBron. They never changed rules in the NBA because of LeBron, unless you want to talk about penalizing flopping.
Salary cap stuff, like very some of the minutia for the offseason have been changed because of some of LeBron's decisions. But you're right, nothing major.
They're moving tee boxes back for Tiger Woods. They call them the Tiger tees.
Crazy. That's crazy, bro. He's been more impactful to golf for sure. And also, culturally, he was more impactful to golf. Like, again, as a black dude, I can say, if it wasn't for Tiger Woods, about 90% of the black folk that you see either even playing golf at a high level or even playing golf casually wouldn't even think to be interested in it if not for Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
He changed the game in so many ways, and he was must-see TV every time he stepped out there on a course.
Next stop.
Going to Cleveland, Ohio. We like Cincinnati so much, we said we're going back to Ohio. Let's check out Cleveland because coming down the newswire from Adam Schefter. So Mike Vrabel, one of the hot names in the coaching carousel search, his agreement with the Browns as a consultant has expired today. That means Mike Vrabel can now start interviewing for some vacant jobs.
Whew. Vrabel's a good head football coach. It was weird to me when the Titans got rid of him at the timing that they did to go get Callahan. I guess that's who they wanted, and Vrabel likely wanted out. I'm curious, for the Jets' sake, is that a guy that you're heavily considering based on the other people that they've been rumored to have interviewed, right? Not Bill Belichick, excuse me. Rex Ryan, and I forget the other coach. It just came out. Schefter just tweeted about it. But I will say this for Vrabel. He's going to get a head coaching job. I don't know if it'll be this offseason. There might be less jobs and more candidates this offseason than we've had in recent history. So him pulling out of that position with the Browns and making himself available is because he wants to get a head start on interviews because he realizes the demand is going to be extremely high for guys like Ben Johnson, guys like Aaron Glenn. Those are the coordinators for the Lions, right? There's a lot of other coordinators across the league that are making pitches or improving their stock to be good candidates. Again, CCAT, do you rock with me on it? I think there's less openings, more strong candidates this offseason than we've had in a very long time. So I don't know if Vrabel even gets a job this year.
Yeah, if Vrabel didn't get the Patriots job last year, that felt like a match made in heaven, and he didn't get the nod. So maybe he goes the college route. Maybe he gets a coordinator job and then works his way back into the head coaching role. He was a good, not great head coach with the Titans. He wasn't given too much to work with.
That's the thing, though. He did keep them afloat for a long time. He kept them very competent. I think that also there were moves that were made with the Titans that he disapproved of that turned out to go poorly for them, and including trading A.J. Brown. I believe he was opposed to that. The general manager or owner wanted to make the move because they didn't want to pay him, and that hurt them.
Yeah, the following season, it's like, well, the one thing we're missing here in Tennessee is a playmaking wide receiver. It's like, wait a second.
And then you look across and you're like, oh, well, the Eagles are in the Super Bowl.
And A.J. Brown, I believe, against the Titans in his return game, put up like 150, 2 touchdowns.
Sick.
Of course.
Sick. So, yeah. So, Vrabel will get a job. I don't know if he's getting a job this year, and I think that him making sure it's announced, too, hey, I'm available. I'm free. Vrabel doing what he did today and getting that report put out by Schefter is similar to like when a chick breaks up with her man and she starts posting those like cryptic, posts on her story. And you're like, what the hell? Like, okay, so why is she so scantily dressed? And why is she posting quotes and scriptures and stuff? And then you go to her page and all the pictures with her man are deleted and you're like,
wait, there's no name in the bio anymore?
Yeah. Let me draft up this DM right quick.
Yeah, that's what you did. Yes, that is what Theo does. That's right.
That's not me. That was
next stop.
Talking about what other guys are doing. I know the game, but I don't play it.
So I got an idea.
Married.
About a month from now, even less than then, we're going to get on Okeechobee.
Yeah.
We're going to drive west. We're going to get on Australia. We're going to drive south.
Okay.
We're going to get to Southern. We're going to drive west again.
Okay.
All the way until we get to the South Florida Fair.
I got to check you to make sure that those are the correct directions, but
I think I got it right.
Okay. But what I will say is South Florida Fair is almost here, baby. It's right around the corner. Literally for us, it's right around the corner, and also timeline-wise, it is. Buy your advance tickets right now. You can save up to 50% if you buy now. Plus, if you use your discount admission on opening day of the fair, you can actually keep it and visit the fair another day. That's a pretty good deal. It's all courtesy of Publix. That's 2 days of fun for the price of one. South Florida Fair's discount tickets on sale right now at Publix and online at southfloridafair.com. The fair opens up on January 17th right here in West Palm Beach, and we'll be doing shows from there, theoretically speaking, and Russo and Rizzo. Pull up on us. It's going to be a good time. South Florida Fair. All right, CCAT. There's one topic we weren't able to get to and to get around because it was a very packed one, and I think it's one of the more delectable debates in football right now. Not the MVP conversation, but the start or sit conversation. Saquon Barkley is what, 160?
And some change. How about that?
We'll get the direct number.
Less than that. It's closer than that. Yeah.
It's very achievable. Saquon Barkley is within a stone's throw of Eric Dickerson's all-time rushing record. On the other side, I tell you why Nick Sirianni better start Saquon Barkley. And CCAT, unlike me and Herm Edwards, disagrees. It's theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Guys, you're special today at Unlimited Auto Wash. Monday is Men's Day, and you save up to $5 off any wash at any of their 7 Palm Beach County locations. Check out the daily specials and find your location by visiting UnlimitedAutoWashClub.com.
The Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, an affiliate of the Palm Beach Health Network, is committed to delivering high-quality care to the communities they serve. Their award-winning physicians and specialists provide a level of expertise that has resulted in regional firsts and outstanding patient outcomes. For a physician referral, call 866-654-2362. To learn more about the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group, visit pbhnphysiciangroup.com. pbhnphysiciangroup.com to get in touch with the Palm Beach Health Network Physician Group. Group.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today. Don't miss out on this incredible course. And please, putt responsibly.
Hi, this is Blaine Isbell, Corporate Vice President of Team IP. For over 30 years, Team IP has been a national leader in decorated apparel and promotional products. National corporate brands and 22 college bowl games, including the Boca Raton Bowl, make Team IP their partner of choice. Team IP, located right in our community in Stewart, is a proud partner of ESPN West Palm. Contact me anytime at 877-821-8643 or head to teamip.com and take the first step in making Team IP your team to boost your brand.
College football lives here on ESPN 106.3. Listen all week for the biggest bowl games, including Miami taking on Iowa State, plus the quarterfinals of the college football playoffs. This big week of college football on ESPN 106.3 is presented by PNC Bank. PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the lives of the customers they serve in the South Florida community. See how at PNC.com. We're also presented by Hurricane Grill and Wings, X-Golf West Palm Beach, the Breakers Palm Beach, and South Florida Ford.
Hey everyone, it's Cade Shumsland. Every week, Land Rover Palm Beach supports local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community by naming a Player of the Week. This year, $35,000 will be rewarded to student athletes and their schools. Tune in to ESPN West Palm High School Game Day every Friday night as I unveil this week's featured athlete. If you have a great performance that I need to know about, DM us at ESPN West Palm, Land Rover Palm Beach, above and beyond.
Hey Siri, call ESPN 106.3.
ESPN 106.3, hello?
Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
Evan.
Listen to Unsportsmanlike weekdays, 6 a.m. on ESPN 106.3.
I know it's you, Evan.
Hi, this is Scott Smith with Smith Ball Baez and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. We are a Florida civil trial law firm that specializes in the areas of personal injury and wrongful death. Our offices are located in Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie. Our lawyers have litigated thousands of matters at the Palm Beach, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River County courthouses. Our lawyers, paralegals, and other numerous members of our legal team live in Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast cities and towns such as West Palm Beach, Port St. Lucie, Lake Worth, Palm Beach Gardens, Palm City, Jupiter, and others just like you and your families. We are a statewide recognized law firm, but it is your community and your families that we live and associate with on a daily basis. Our most satisfying achievement is when we know that our legal power has helped a fellow member of our Palm Beach County and Treasure Coast community secure a fair and just huge result. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball Baez and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball Baez and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Knock, knock. History on the other side of the door at Lincoln Financial. Are they playing at home, the Eagles, Week 18?
Double check.
All right, double check that for me. Saquon Barkley and the Philadelphia Eagles have a interesting decision to make.
At home.
Oh, it's at home. Mm-hmm. That makes it even more enticing about whether or not he should chase Eric Dickerson's all-time rushing yards in a season record. We looked it up. Barkley is down 100 yards, so all he needs is 101. All he needs is 101.
He's rolling out of bed and doing that this year.
That's what I was about to say. That is not incredibly difficult for a guy like Saquon.
Like, you don't have to go for the record.
No.
To get 100 yards in the ground for Saquon.
If they didn't have their seeding locked up and they were just playing their Week 18 game, he would play that game and he would get the record.
135 easy.
Easily. So therein lies the question. The Eagles have Super Bowl dreams. They have hopes of winning it all. But they also have a chance to have the most prolific rushing season in the history of the NFL, which also should not be scoffed at. I am on the side of playing Saquon Barkley and allowing him a shot at breaking a record that, again, in a world in which the running back position has been so devalued and so downplayed and so just literally disrespected. Think about it. The Giants chose Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley when it came to paying a guy to stay and be a face of your franchise. That's how disrespected that position has become. Saquon, who was one of the a generational prospect out of college, delivered in the NFL despite like 1 or 2 injury-riddled seasons a little bit. Wasn't that crazy?
No one's succeeding with that Giants offensive line.
No. He delivered behind a bad O-line with a terrible quarterback, and they chose that terrible quarterback over him. That's how disrespected the running back position has become. And now you're telling me a guy who you picked up this offseason because the Giants discarded him, did not offer him the extension he wanted in time. You picked him up this offseason. He is the reason why you have a chance to win a Super Bowl this year. He's the reason why we believe in the Eagles. And that very guy also gets to play against his former team that discarded him at home, at the Link, with a chance to break a record that is going to stand in the history books likely for the next few decades. Eric Dickerson, with 2,105 yards, Eric Dickerson set that record, back in like 82, 83?
Different league nowadays.
1984 with the Los Angeles Rams, Eric Dickerson set that record. And then Saquon became the ninth ever guy to hit 2K. And what were you about to say? The last guy to hit 2K was
Well, no, I was just
Derrick
saying
Henry?
it's a different league nowadays.
Yeah. Nobody, if Barkley's able to set this record, I bet that record stands for another couple of decades. And you know who that matters to? It matters to Saquon. It matters to the Eagles fan base. It's going to matter to Jim Mara and all the Giants folks. It's also going to matter a whole heck of a lot to what we think about this year from the Eagles. But don't take my word from it. Herm Edwards joined Carlin versus Joe. And this is what he had to say about what he would do if he was the head coach of the Eagles and had this decision to make.
And here's the deal. I would say this with Saquon. I said, look, what do you want to do? And then I would tell him as soon as I said that, I would say this. I would, as I said that, I would say, I hope you want to break this record.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. And then I would say, okay, what do you want to do? And if he says, yeah, coach, I want to go, I say, okay, here's the deal. You got to do it within 20, 25 touches. And then I'd go out to the offensive line room. I said, look, you guys want this guy to break the record as bad as he wants to be. He wants to break the record. I know you want it even worse. Then from there, you go, okay, let's go. And you let him play. And hopefully he can get it done within 20, 25 snaps. Then you get him out of the game and you move on. And there's a lot of people say, I wouldn't play the guy. What do you mean you wouldn't play the guy? It's up to him. This is his career. This is a number that's been sitting there for 40 years. There's a history number. And you're talking, well, he might get hurt. He could get hurt in practice.
Come on.
The guy's carried the ball 311 times. He ain't got hurt yet. Now we're worried about the last game and say, oh, don't get the guy hurt. Hey, stop it. Football players play football.
Saquon Barkley's already came out and said he'll be fine with whatever Sirianni decides. Left tackle Jordan Mailata, he says he wants to push for the starters to play so that they can get the record. It matters to left tackle Jordan Mailata.
That's true, because it's not just playing Saquon. It is playing your starting offensive line, because you're not going to have to do it, which is grading the chances of Saquon getting hurt if you've got your second stringers out there blocking for him.
This is a decision that is going to send waves. I'm making it probably a bigger deal than what it is, but it actually matters to me because the other side of this thing is, you know how ticked off Saquon should be and that O-line should be and the rest of those guys in that locker room and the fan base should be if you sit these guys for Week 18, don't go for the record, and you still get bounced in the playoffs, in the divisional round, in the championship game. Because that's very likely to happen. The NFC race is thick. The Eagles feel like the best team. They're very beatable, especially with the Lions and Vikings playing at the level they are and the volatility of the Packers. They can have an elite game and maybe trump the Eagles. if you don't go for this record because you think we could win a Super Bowl, I think that's a mistake. That's a failure on behalf of the coaching staff. Saquon getting 101 yards, that could happen before the first half is even over.
They had their bye week in week 5. They have played nonstop for 3 consecutive months.
Yep.
I think they got to sit Saquon. You're trying to win a Super Bowl. You're trying to reach the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl. You need as much rest as you can because you look at the rest of the NFC, you see a Lions team who's beaten, battered, and bruised, and they might get that first round bye. So they're going to get more rest they desperately need. You need to do that the same. They're not going to have a bye in the first round.
Yes.
They need to use it now. I'm a Saquon Barkley fan through and through. I went to school with him at Penn State. I watched Saquon Barkley defy the laws of physics in a Penn State Nittany Lions uniform. He delivered us a Big Ten championship at Penn State. He delivered us a Fiesta Bowl championship at Penn State. I want the best for Saquon, and after the 6 tortured years in New York he had with the Giants organization, the record is great. But the numbers speak for themselves, and we're seeing in the chat that he will have less carries than Eric Dickerson.
Yes.
Anyway, so the whole game situation doesn't matter. The eye test shows how much of a difference maker he is. A record's just a record. A number is just a number. They want wins in Philadelphia. They've already made it to a Super Bowl, so the goals have changed with Jalen Hurts and this core. You want to make every single decision that graders your chance at winning a Super Bowl. And not playing Saquon Barkley against the New York Giants graders your chance at winning a Super Bowl.
He has an opportunity for maybe, and we talk revenge game all the time, quote unquote. Oh, this is a revenge game. Oh, Kirk Cousins playing the Vikings. This is a revenge game. Saquon Barkley has the opportunity for literally the greatest revenge game of all time. I can't think of a better revenge game than this. Maybe Stafford over the Lions in the playoffs, right? Maybe that. This, there's no parallel to it. You literally just got dropped from this same team last year. You spent you wanted to extend with them. They publicly tried to disparage you on Hard Knocks because acting as if you went and took a different deal without giving them a chance. So not only did they not pay you because they wanted to pay Daniel Jones, they also disrespected you and tried to air you out on Hard Knocks. And what has Saquon done all year long? Kept his head down, played football the right way, and racked up yards at an all-time rate. And you telling me that the man that's going to stand in the way of history is going to be none other than crybaby-ass Nick Sirianni? If he does that, he will fully lean into his villain arc. He will fully realize just how detrimental he is to this franchise and this organization. Oh, yeah, hell yeah, I said it.
No, it's the opposite.
Damn right I said it.
Mick Sirianni makes emotional decisions.
He does.
That's one of his faults.
Yes.
Starting Saquon in this game this weekend would be an emotional decision to feel for his guy. Yes, it is.
They technically, mathematically could still get the 1 seed. Mathematically.
What, do they need a tie?
I think so. Start Saquon Barkley and go for the record, damn it. You ain't winning nothing else this year, Eagles. You might make the Super Bowl, but damn it, I don't think
that's garbage because you can't tell anyone in that front office, that locker room, in that organization that they're not going to do anything this year.
I'm not telling them that. I wouldn't tell them that. I'm just saying I'm speaking facts. You're either going to walk away with the record and nothing or you're going to walk away with nothing. And maybe you do win a Super Bowl, but do both. Saquon deserves a shot at the record, and I like what Herman Edwards said. 25 touches, that's what you get. We're going to orchestrate it, 25 touches. You get your starting offensive line, get it done, and then get your ass on the bench, and we'll keep it pushing.
And we've never said the guys on the other sideline are going to be the most mature about it.
Well, they're going to try to injure him, dude. They're not.
Takes one disgruntled guy,
absolutely
cheap shot, late, low. That's all it takes.
He's not.
Just one of them.
First of all, you try to hit Saquon. He got the thickest thighs in the league, so
he does.
You're going to hurt yourself. And I will say, too, for Saquon's sake, as good as that offensive line is, and as long as it takes for him to even get touched when shooting through those holes, I'm not even worried about him getting injured. I'm more so worried about a break for fatigue's sake, not injury. He's not getting hurt.
Saquon said, hey, I didn't really realize you get a hat and a T-shirt after winning the division. Like, I didn't know that.
Crazy, bro.
Winning with the Eagles.
That's crazy.
And you think in that Giants locker room that kind of annoys them? I don't know.
I agree with Herm Edwards. I agree with what X just said in the Prize Picks chat here on YouTube. It should be Saquon's decision. And Herm said, the first thing I'm doing is I'm going to Saquon. Do you want to break the record? If he says yes, we put him out there. We give him 25 touches. It's the perfect formula. Let Saquon decide, because without Saquon, you wouldn't be in this position in the first place. Can we get to the happy hour? You want a rebuttal. Say your rebuttal and we'll get to the happy hour.
Rebuttal is, you've always been a proponent of protecting players from themselves. Of course, Saquon's going to say, yeah, I want to play football. That is my job.
Yeah.
You got to protect Saquon from himself in that situation.
Protect
if you're
him
Nick
from
Sirianni,
what?
that's how you become the adult in the room.
You handed the ball to him 300 times in the regular season. He was fine. You're scared of the Giants defense? Protect him from what? Herman Edwards said it. Football players play football. The Tua conversation is different. We're talking about a dude who has a history of concussions, who literally be finger twitching on the ground, all hurt, and making people scared at home to watch the game of football. That dude has a line of concussions, and also, even before he had the issues with his head injuries, he just sucked against really good teams anyways. He wasn't going for a record. Yeah, sit down, Tua. Do something else with your life. Saquon can go for this record because he's a grown man that can take hits, and also that is on the precipice of history. If Nick Sirianni gets in the way of that, that just furthers his Q rating down into the valley. That's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey. On the other side, it's the happy hour. We're going to talk some Cam Ward. Speaking of he should sit, he should start. Y'all should stop hating on Cam Ward. The dude gave you everything that has been good about the Hurricanes in the past 2 decades. Any detractor, forget you. Theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Anajar and Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 106.3.
WUUB Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
This is the Delray Beach Open. Don't miss today's top professional tennis stars and legends in downtown Delray Beach. February 7th through 16th. It's 10 days of tennis on the Ave. 140 miles per hour races, parties, music, art, and all the good vibes. Come for the nonstop action on and off the court. Snap pics and post memories at the DBO. Join us for a jam-packed week of ATP tennis matches. More fun, more food, more drink, more parties, more of everything. DelrayBeachOpen.com for info.
Good people, it's me, Theo Dorsey, and I want to make sure you're locked in with us at Theoretically Speaking. Just hop on YouTube, search at Theo Speaking, and hit that subscribe button. You can watch us live or you can play us back at Theo Speaking on YouTube. It's free.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121, or visit tworld.com today.
Paradise is waiting for you at the newly reimagined Hilton West Palm Beach. With artful, sun-filled guest rooms, it's the perfect escape. Unwind with resort-style amenities. Indulge in 5 unique dining spots, including the all-new Moody Tongue Sushi. Hilton West Palm Beach offers flexible event spaces, vibrant nightlife, and so much more. Book your stay today at HiltonWestPalmBeach.com. Paradise reimagined at Hilton West Palm Beach.
Hey, this is Evan Cohen. Listen to Unsportsmanlike with me, along with Michelle Smallman and Chris Canty, weekdays 6 a.m. here on ESPN 106.3.
Unsportsmanlike with Evan, Canty, and Michelle. Unsportsmanlike.
It's winter and this is football weather. Make Twin Peaks your headquarters to watch your favorite team all season long. Whether they win or lose, you still end up a winner with eats, drinks, scenic views, and Twin Peaks 29-degree ice-cold beer. Try some of their made-from-scratch favorites while enjoying all the action. And if you can't make it in for the game, that's all right. Stop in for the man-sized $5 happy hour drafts and enjoy select appetizers as well. The ultimate guys' lodge for football is Twin Peaks.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. You know I had to get to it. You know I had to. After me coming back from ACC Media Days, ACC kickoff in Charlotte back in July, having a great conversation with a lot of the ACC top dogs in college football, including Mario Cristobal and Cam Ward, I was drinking the Kool-Aid instantly. I knew before the season, this is a Miami football team that could be, it could be unrivaled.
And break your hearts, too.
And break your hearts as well. It could be unrivaled, though, compared to what we've seen over the last 2-3 decades since they were actually competing for national championships in the early 2000s, late 90s. And Cam Ward had that aura about him. He had that feel about him. And damn, did he not prove it on the football field, game in and game out, every Saturday, no matter how bad the defense played, no matter how much of a lead they would be down by or lose to, and he had Hail Mary. It was just an electric football season, and Cam Ward broke all of the Miami Hurricanes single-season records, the most prolific passing season in the history of the Canes. He delivered it all. And C-Cat, who's on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos, you've been on this journey with me with my unfettered faith, my unwiltering belief that this team would be in the 12-team playoff. And then you saw it crumble down the stretch. I lost to Georgia Tech. I lost to Syracuse. And just the rug just swept right from under my feet. So I was a little dismantled.
What has to hurt you the most is how much lower the bar was lowered.
Yeah.
Because college football kind of had a problem before this year to where only 4 teams can truly feel really happy about themselves and how their season went when it comes to competing at a national level. Now, you multiply that by 3, and there's a whole lot more room for people in the party, and still
didn't happen.
Miami got snubbed because Miami deserved to do snubbed. They did it to themselves.
They did it to themselves, and that's the one thing I can at least my mind and my soul can be settled with is Miami lost those 2 games. If they won one of those 2 games, they would be in the big dance. But then again, the fact that they lost both of those games lets me know they would have broke my heart in the 12-team playoff. So I'm glad they saved me from that. And then I thought it was good. As a Canes fan, I'm like, great. Season's over. We had an elite year. Cam Ward he's proved one thing for sure. Cam Ward proved as a transfer quarter. Remember, he had declared for the NFL draft before he came to Coral Gables. And then after seeing his draft grade, which was around like a round 6 draft grade, he was getting compared to like where Jordan Travis got drafted post-injury. He said, I'm going back to college football. And he hopped in the transfer portal. And as the number 1 transfer target, Cam Ward decided to go play for Mario Cristobal and the Miami Hurricanes, who had proven nothing at that point. They did not prove they can be a hub where quarterbacks can improve their draft stock and compete for the 12-team playoff.
In fact, they kind of did the opposite.
Yes.
The Van Dyke experiment went horribly. He entered Miami and left worse.
Yes. Literally, before Cristobal, Van Dyke was a top 5 pick in the draft. After Cristobal, Van Dyke is now still looking for a college football job. He's looking for more college football opportunities to prove himself. But no, Cam Ward, 4,300 yards, 39 touchdowns, just 7 interceptions, an 88.8 QBR. Tops in the nation, a Heisman finalist. Cam Ward was prolific, and he's going to be one of the first, if not the first, quarterbacks taken in the draft between him and Shedeur Sanders, and it's because of what he did in Coral Gables. Technically Miami Gardens. But also practicing at Coral Gables. So there's 2 parts of this, right? Because now everybody cares about the Pop-Tart Bowl. I thought we liked the Pop-Tart Bowl because it was fun and it was cute and the Pop-Tart gets toasted and it was like, oh, he came back from the dead. I thought it was a fun game, right? Like, why do people act like they care about the result of the Pop-Tart Bowl now?
I think when you have reputable teams that wanted to play in the Pop-Tart Bowl, you start respecting the bowl just as much for the marketing behind it.
Okay.
In addition to, well, the teams that are playing in it.
All right, so for those that don't know, this is what happened in the Pop-Tart Bowl. Miami enters as a 3.5-point favorite. Miami starts the game extremely well, as they've been doing all year long, because Cam Ward is that good. Cam Ward was, there's a record he was chasing. All-time career passing touchdown leader in the NCAA, right? He wanted that record. It was well known he wanted that record. He broke that record in the first half. He gave the Miami Hurricanes a lead, and then he exited the game because, well, he could have opted out of the game in entirety, right? Like a lot of other guys that are going to get drafted are doing. He could have opted out and decided to let his friends and his teammates go out and battle, but instead he played a half, gave them a lead, got the record, and sat. By the way, that half, 12 for 19, 190 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
All right.
Amazing stuff. So Cam Ward does that. He sits. The Miami Hurricanes then put in their quarterback of the future, technically, Emory Williams, who's been sitting there for 2 years waiting on his opportunity. And in what is a glorified spring game, these bowl games don't matter except for to sports gamblers and to sports information directors that want to say, oh, the Canes have won 7 of their last 10 bowl games. It's cute. These bowl games don't matter anymore. That's not in the 12-team playoff. He sits the second half. Emory Williams is not able to get it done. He doesn't look that good. Miami loses to Iowa State 42-41, and they don't cover. And I hop on Twitter, and there are haters left and right from within the Canes fan base to national pundits to draft guys and analysts that are trying to dance on the grave of Cam Ward, to spit on his name and say he did something that was selfish. He chased the record. He left his team out to dry and let them lose a game when he had a chance to come back in for a game-winning drive, and that is going to degrade his draft stock. And see, Kat, to be honest with you, anybody uttering that nonsense, either one, had money on Miami -3.5 and was a little angered that Cam didn't come up for them. I'm sorry. Or 2, you're just being disingenuous about how much you actually care about the result of the Pop-Tarts Bowl. Who won the Pop-Tarts Bowl last year, C-Cat?
I don't know.
Nobody gives a damn about the Pop-Tarts Bowl. The Canes don't. Mario Cristobal doesn't. And Cam Ward didn't quit on his team. He had a predestined decision between him and the coaching staff that I'm sure the rest of the team knew, because people that were at the game said they saw Emory Williams warming up in the first quarter. It was obvious that this was a plan, and Cam Ward did not do anything to detract from what was still an electric Miami Hurricanes football season. He's been the best quarterback single season in the history of that program. He's proven to other transfer quarterbacks you can come to Miami and succeed. And also, he got the Canes a 10-win season, 1 win away from an ACC title berth, and also literally probably a win away from making a 12-team playoff despite winning the ACC championship or not. He was an unmitigated success in Miami. I wish him the best in the NFL, and anybody criticizing the man is doing so because they have other motives involved. And that's just it. That's just it. C-Cat, did you have any problem with him sitting at half?
You know, it's tough because he was willing to risk his health, I guess, for the record. He was not willing to risk his health for his team winning the football game.
What football game? That's the problem.
The one they played on Saturday.
The preseason game.
Everyone else was willing to risk their health.
Did they?
By playing in the football game, yes. You take a calculated risk.
Are they risking their health, or do they have something to play for in these bowl games? Because the other side of that, and I'll let you make your point. I didn't mean to interject so quickly. I don't
know what side of the argument I'm on, but that's the impasse that we're at.
So you're saying because he was willing to risk his health for
individual record,
an individual stat record, which also is a team record because it takes a lot of people to get you there. You think Washington State cares about that? Hell yeah, they do, because they're a part of that record. You think that, what was the sixth school, Incarnate Word cares about that? I'm not sure if they're a part of that record or not, so I can't tell you.
That feels like an FBS.
It is an FBS record, but I think Incarnate Word technically might be FBS. I don't know.
They're FCS.
Are they FCS?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've heard Stone and Lebanowitz talk about them. Incarnate Word, yeah. So.
Okay. All right. Well, then I stand corrected. Wow, he did that in. Wow.
But that still means incredible. Lots of Incarnate Word, because that's saying that, hey, we started Incarnate Ward.
Yeah.
Become a champion here, and then all of a sudden you were an NFL quarterback because where you go.
Everybody, that is not just an individual record. And also, he should care about that. He should care about that because the defense let him down. He'd be playing for a 12-team playoff berth, and he would have broke it in the 12-team playoff had the defense and Lance Guidry and all of the ridiculous stuff around Miami didn't, shudder around him. It's not his fault. But continue. You think that it is a problem that maybe that he got benched or he benched himself at the half?
That's the optics. Yeah, if he set out the whole game, I feel like nobody would have any problem with it.
Yeah.
But it's the part that you're willing to risk your health for just the sick Instagram post and your name in the ink with the record in the book. That's what you're willing to risk for, not for a team win and team morale.
And the thing is, team morale went up when he got that record. The team had a better chance of winning because he did pursue that record. The record wasn't like rushing yards, passing. The record was touchdowns. He was putting points on the board with the record. And also, the best part of this is, C-Cat, bowl games that are not in the 12-team playoff, they're more like preseason games. They're more like spring games. They're games where you can evaluate guys' ability to be the future of your team going forward. I'm happy that we got a good look at Emory Williams at quarterback to see what he can and can't do, to see whether or not we do need to jump onto the transfer portal and get somebody in there that can actually lead us next year. I'm happy that the rest of the offensive line and the defensive players and everybody stepped up and played and fought so that we can know, oh, hell yeah, you're right. We can't keep giving up these kind of leads against teams that are competent. We need to change something about the defense, whether that be personnel or coaching. We need to change some things about maybe the weapons we have at receiver. We learned about JoJo Trader and how good he can be as a weapon now that he's back healthy. There's a lot of things you learn from a bowl game. The result of that bowl game does not matter the way that people are trying to make it matter. You're just trying to bolster up your takes. You're just trying to, I guess, let's say, maybe you're just the guy that wants Shedeur Sanders to go ahead of Cam Ward. Maybe you're just a Miami Hurricanes hater. But I can tell you one thing. Nobody inside that locker room is mad at Cam Ward for sitting. And everybody within the Miami Hurricanes organization, school, program is better for it because they learned about what they have, and they also get to herald that they now have the all-time leading record holder for touchdown passes in a career.
See, I was a little tied up on Saturday, so I wasn't able to watch this live. I was following along online, scrolling my phone. Was there more hate from a national audience, or was there more hate from a Hurricanes fan base?
It wasn't that many. It was some Hurricane fans that were up in arms. But to be honest with you, it was a lot more of people tweeting out things like, oh, it's so selfish. It was more like a national media type thing. It was more like a, I saw some draft analysts say some things about it and whatnot. That's what confused me as well, because I'm like, why do you care about the Pop-Tart Bowl all of a sudden? And how is this not just you pushing some kind of other narrative? Because if the team allowed it, if he agreed to it, it worked out, and Miami still had a chance to win but couldn't do it, I don't understand why you would be so angry at him. Maybe you just need yourself a 2-for-1. Maybe you need yourself some award-winning burgers or jumbo wings at a Duffy Sports Grill near you. Maybe that'll get you in good spirits and stop you from hating on a guy like Cam Ward. I know where you can go to get a 2-for-1 drink special. Duffy Sports Grill. Duffy'sMVP.com. Holiday season at Duffy Sports Grill means holiday features galore. We're wrapping up holiday season, but guess what? Still some stuff on the menu for you to light in. Also, there's 80 or more televisions at every single location that you can go to. So hop online, go to Duffy'sMVP.com, check them out, see what the nearest location is to you, pay them a visit, watch all of these games that we have flooding our calendar from here until who knows when into 2025, and also enjoy some good eats and some good drinks with family, friends, maybe even your rival. Take your rival to Duffy's. Are you a Lions fan and your friend is a Niners fan? How about y'all both go watch that pointless game at a Duffy Sports Grill tonight?
They should be well-fed and well-quenched.
Yes. Yeah, hell yeah. And instead of biting kneecaps, you can chew into some amazing mozzarella sticks or some of the other great starters they have at Duffy Sports Grill. Duffy'sMVP.com. Become an MVP like me. Track your rewards today. At Duffy's, our game is always on. 888-760-3776. 888-760-3776. Was it selfish for Cam Ward to bench himself at the half and allow the Miami Hurricanes to lose against Iowa State in the heralded Pop-Tarts Bowl? Let us know. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776. C-Cat, you said we got a Mike in Homestead.
Oh, we got him.
Mike's in Homestead. You are on, theoretically speaking. What's happening, Mike? You're a Canes fan, right, Mike?
You know it, Theo. What's up, C-Cat? How's everything? Theo, how's everything? Absolutely. Proud alum. Double Cane.
Come on.
Oh, man. Saturday was interesting. And you know what? I'm kind of glad to hear you and I disagree on something because call me old school in a sense. I believe every bowl game matters, and I'll tell you why. Again, I've never played a down of college football, never had on. I'm a basketball guy, okay? Ran track, played basketball. But football is my first love. And, you do this since August, in some cases since August for the past 2-3 years, and this is your last go-around. Sometimes this may be your last football game because you may not be NFL material. That's why I say that. And the brotherhood that is football, the brotherhood that is sports, right? Cry together, bleed together, sweat together, all of that stuff. I feel it matters, and I feel it always has. I think that a lot of people take what you said right now because that's how it's been recently. This whole, this certain bowl game doesn't matter now. That started within the last, I don't know how many years, maybe 10 years or so.
Who started it, though?
You guys talking.
Did college football deprioritize bowl games, or did the fans do it? Because I would argue that college football is the one that deprioritized it.
I would agree with that. I don't disagree with that. But you want to know what? You're an athlete, and I'm sure you played sports before. I play to win. I play to win, and I wasn't mad at Cam. No, I actually was not mad at him. Okay, I wasn't, because it's his business. He's done so much for the university, for the program, for the community. You name it, right? I would have. What's bothered me about it is I wonder, and we will never know, because Mario Cristobal even said it. The conversation that took place before the game between Cam and I about sitting will remain private. However, what does bug me is you had a chance for 11 wins. You had a chance for 11 wins. We did this 10-3 a couple years ago in 2017. But to say that we had to play, or if the thought was we had to play Emory Williams to see what we had next year, I don't like that at all, because he's been here for 2 years. If you don't see what he is like in practice for you to determine or not whether he's got the goods for next year, then what are you doing as a coaching staff, right? And if you can't figure it out and you got to risk a half of a game to figure that out, that's what I had a problem with. Like, I just didn't like that. Either Cam plays or he doesn't play, or whatever. I'm wondering if he wanted to go back in. I don't know. You heard the fans chanting, "We want Cam, we want Cam, we want Cam." But, yeah, man, I mean,
Tell me this then, Mike.
I kind of see it both ways.
Tell me this then, Mike. Are the Canes better or worse for Cam Ward playing the one half? Because I would argue Miami is in a better position now, because we got another half to showcase how great he can be. Now you can hang a nice plaque up. You can parade around that you have the all-time leader in career passing touchdowns in Cam Ward. He broke that record in your uniform. That's going to be enshrined in history for a long time. I would argue the Canes are now in a better place, because also, maybe you're right. Maybe it shouldn't have taken a bowl game and a half of a bowl game to see how good Emory Williams was. But guess what? We did get it. We did get to see him go against real competition that is not wearing Miami colors. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, they're better for what he did.
I 1,000% agree with that, and I would love to hear the other side of it, coming from people that don't
think that
Miami's in a better place. I hope we could get Danny Kennedy to listen to this, but in any event, that was like the ringleader on Twitter that was talking about this and that, whatever, Danny. I don't think he had that same energy when a bunch of guys bolted out of the game last year against Georgia. But
they got whooped, and that was the momentum that brought the sorry-ass Seminoles into the next year, and they got whooped left and right all year, too. Yeah, you talk about that, Danny Cannell.
But also, Mike, you obviously must know a lot of people who made the trip to Orlando. Theo, you didn't go to the game.
No.
So what if Theo's final 90 minutes of watching Hurricanes football is a little bit less glamorous and doesn't end with a win? But you spend a lot of money to get a hotel room, get your tickets, go to Camping World Stadium in Orlando. You kind of want to see the team put their best foot forward because you went there to support them.
Good point.
100%. Again, I was shocked because nobody knew what was going on unless you were in that locker room. Okay, heading into the game, nobody knew this. That's why the reaction was what it was. But my reaction was, what? I think I even tweeted, WTF? Like, what's going on? What are we doing here? And then, you come to your senses, you realize everything, you gather information, all the information you can after the game, you put it all together. It's like, okay, they wanted to see what they have for next season. I didn't like that because, again, you play to win the game. Right?
Hey,
you got to go for 11. To me, that trumps doing what you have next year or what you don't have next year, because you're going to hit the portal regardless. I mean, he needs to hit that portal. If Emory Williams came out and was 10 for 10 for $150 and a touchdown, Miami still would have needed to hit the portal because the depth in that room is terrible right now.
It is.
You got Judd Anderson backing him up, and then you got Luke Nickel coming in, who's supposed to be all-world great. That's it.
Yeah.
That's not a properly constructed quarterback room in year 4 of a program. So I don't care what he would have done in that second half. You need to hit the portal anyway. And, yeah, you're right, Chris. I was disappointed, but can't control it. And, I'm not mad at Cam Ward for doing what he did. I just my mentality would have been either all in or not. And, that's just something tells me that he probably would have wanted to get back in the game. Coaches just probably wanted it to happen.
I would agree with you there, Mike. And he low-key, knowing how Cam Ward is and how much of a competitor he is, he low-key probably was either advised to not play more or the coaches would not let him back in the game because that dude wants it. That dude wants to win every game he plays in. And I know bowl games don't matter outside of the 12-team playoff anymore, and you're saying they do to you, but they honestly just don't matter in the thread of history. Like I said, do you know who won the Pop-Tart Bowl last time? Do you know when the last time the Canes won a bowl game? Nobody gives a damn. Like, so
I looked it up because I was embarrassed. NC State. They were the ones who ate the mascot at the end of the game. I forgot the team.
We remember what they did, but we did not know what
you wanted to see Cam Ward eat that human Pop-Tart mascot alive. I wanted to see it.
That's a memory we'll never have.
I was more amazed. I was more amazed that the actual trophy has a poster in it. Like, that was crazy.
Yeah. Hey, they're doing that. We have great bowl games. Pop-Tart Bowl is rising up the ranks. Obviously, Boca Bowl is tops, but Pop-Tart Bowl is getting up there. Mike, appreciate the call, man. Good luck to the Canes this offseason. I'll be hitting you up for updates and getting some insight into what the hell's going on. Well, before you go, are there any kind of insights on the message boards or anything about a quarterback actually landing in a Canes uniform that's not a freshman?
There is a guy that just entered the portal. I would pronounce his last name, but I don't want to butcher it. From South Dakota State, the Jackrabbits.
Okay.
Has NFL potential written all over it, and I'm not saying that as a fan or alum. It's actual scouts, NFL scouts that say he's draftable right now. He's draftable right now. His last name starts with a W. He's from the South Dakota State, or maybe South Dakota, the Jackrabbits.
Yeah, the Jackrabbits. Okay.
The Jackrabbits saw very few film on him, so I can't say everything about him yet. But supposedly that's a target. Don't be surprised about if they make a run for Queen Ewers.
Hey.
Miami was able to out-recruit the NFL last year. Let's see if they can do it again this year.
I hope so. Mike. Appreciate the call. Good luck to the Canes, and I'll be tapped in with you, dog. That was Mike on the Baptist Health Hotline. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, as you know, is the place to go if you're maybe struggling from injury, like people are so worried about for players these days. But I'm not talking
so
about
help me. If I see Saquon Barkley at a Baptist Health because he hurt himself this weekend, he picked the right place to go, but he shouldn't have put himself in harm's way.
He's a strong dude. But is joint pain affecting your quality of life? Maybe you're not as strong as Saquon. At Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, our team is experienced in traditional joint replacement surgery as well as new, less invasive treatments with the goal of returning you to what you love as quickly as possible. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County, right on through those Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho. C-Cat, we are on air tomorrow, right? Like,
yes.
It's been decided?
So apparently these 4 to 6 guys have no idea what our schedule is, even though it was emailed. So there was some confusion that we have New Year's Eve off.
Looks like you got to come into work, fellas.
Live and local.
Have you told them?
Tomorrow.
Have you told them yet?
They'll find out on the air.
I can't wait for you to break the news to Russo and Rizzo, who thought they get a day off tomorrow for New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve don't start till about 8 p.m., fellas. Get your ass to work. I'm trying to take days off. They new to South Florida. They're trying to
I forgot what Mike Rizzo looks like. I haven't seen him in so long.
Right, he's out there in Cleveland doing other people's shows and not his own. Wow, I'm impressed. To be honest with you, if I had to choose between Colin Russo and Mike Rizzo, which one of them would be out somewhere else doing other people's shows instead of their own, I would have said it was going to be Colin.
You think so?
Mike strikes me as a guy, first one in, last one out. And he's definitely going to be trying to do as many of these shows as possible. Colin doesn't – it's not like he doesn't strike me as that, but Mike does more so. And he was out in Cleveland parading around. I saw his Instagram story. He was having a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah. He was trying to separate himself from the Cleveland Browns fan base yesterday.
I saw that, too.
He said, I don't know how you guys watch this thing. Dude, you're you guys. Yeah. You're a Browns fan.
You told me no matter what. You said even through the Hugh Brown or what was it, Hugh Douglas, Hugh Davis? What was the dude's name, the coach? The 0-17.
Hugh Douglas is not the name.
It's Hugh something. How did I forget Hugh's name?
Yeah, Hugh
Douglas. It's Hugh Douglas.
Hugh
Jackson? No, it's not Hugh Jackson.
It is Hugh Jackson.
It's not Hugh Jackson.
I think it's Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackson.
Hugh Jackman is the Australian actor.
Hugh Jackson. It is Hugh Jackson. Wow.
No, I got it right.
Why that doesn't sound right to me. Anyways, if you sat through that damn season, how the hell are you not sitting through this one, man? Like, come on, Mike. Stop giving up on your team. And your friends.
Oh, it's Hugh spelled H-U-E?
Yeah.
Not H-U-G-H?
Yeah, I knew that much at least. I remember that. It's like it was such a different thing, you know?
Oh.
Hugh. I don't remember Jackson. I don't know why. It's been a long time, Hugh. Pop back out on boys. Before we do go to break, it's been a long time since I've been in the comfort of my own home because I was out kicking it. Scottsdazzle, razzle dazzle. Your boy was, we was out there, brother. Mountains everywhere, amazing backdrops and scenery. It was picturesque. I love every time the sun go down, it's like 20 different colors that fill up the sky in Arizona. I'll be back soon. Y'all wait up for the boy.
We got to the point.
I just was reminiscing. Can a man get nostalgic?
It's a long transition.
Can a man reminisce? Everything ain't about the read. Sometimes it's about being where your feet are. And my feet were in Scottsdale.
Yes. But now you are temperature controlled now that you're back home.
I am temperature controlled back home because I have EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. EDSisyes.com. EDSisyes.com. Like, I can be as reminiscent as I want to about my time in Scottsdale. What I didn't have was the same amount of control I have in my home now. As soon as I walked through that door, I said, ooh, that's what it feels like. That's what it feels like to really be in paradise. EDSisyes.com. They've been keeping you cool since 2006. All right, we're talking about air conditioning experts and plumbing experts. My guy, Randy, he's a Canes fan as well. I'm sure he's proud of what Cam Ward did this year and not hurt that he sat out. Randy's one of the technicians. He services my home a lot. 2 times a year, actually, I get services from EDS because I'm a Gold Plan member, right? You become a Gold Plan member, you get 2 services, you get a 15% off repairs, and those services aren't just about repairs. They're sometimes preventative care. You need to service your AC before it turns on you. That's what I've learned since I've been working with EDS Air Conditioning and Plumbing. They're excellent. 4.8 stars on Google rating, over 760 reviews. You get timely service, so hop online right now, EDSisyes.com. Schedule an appointment around your schedule, and they will see you soon. EDS is yes. Does that work for you, C-Cat? I can't just reminisce on Scottsdale a little bit? I mean, when you do go to Arizona, you'll get what I'm saying.
I will. Like, did you ever have like that muscle twitch where you walked into maybe your Airbnb or your hotel or whatever, like, ooh, it's a little toasty in here. You pull out your phone. That controls my house, not wherever I am.
Yeah, and also the Airbnb I was in, it was really nice. By the way, it was an Airbnb set up for a bachelorette. So it was a little weird. Like, they had a lot of like pink glasses and like there were like ring balloons, not balloons, but floaty devices around the pool and stuff. Like it was a bachelorette Airbnb.
It's like the equivalent of a honeymoon suite.
Yes.
Where there'd be like roses on the couch, but for
a bachelorette
10
party.
to 11 women.
Yes. One of the rooms, I was like, yo, if this was a bachelorette room, the people that stayed in it would be very disappointed. There were 3 bedrooms. 2 of them had, king size beds, one-offs. One of the rooms, 4 bunk beds.
4
bunk
barracks.
beds. Yes, it was a barracks in there. No bathroom in that room. Imagine 4 women in one room on bunk beds with no bathroom. That is hell on earth.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's
a fight. That's a fight already.
They're going to fight because, as we've learned, bachelorette trips always come with drama and fights.
Yeah, you're taking different friend groups together.
Yeah.
There's an ecosystem that's very fragile.
That is tough.
Let alone you take.
That's tough.
No.
So, for those
I'm trying
of
to think
you,
of a non-offensive comparison, and I'm struggling because the animal kingdom is coming to mind right now, and I'm thinking like you wouldn't bring the polar bear into the monkey exhibit, right? Like it wouldn't make sense. These are accustomed to 2 different things.
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, this doesn't even need an analogy. It's so bad, it doesn't need an analogy. I was talking to my mom about it because she's the one that booked the Airbnb. She accidentally booked a bachelorette Airbnb. She didn't know.
Okay.
And I was like, yo, this would be, imagine this for a bachelorette party. Like, just 2 women in a room with no bathroom would be hell. Imagine 4 girls on bunk beds, the age of the girls that go on bachelorette trips too, with no bathroom in there.
So, like, it was a bachelorette, and we got to get to break, but I can't help myself. Were there, like, lollipops that were explicit?
No, they didn't have that. They got to bring your own, you bring your own, like, doohickeys. That would have been really awkward.
But you couldn't resist, like, it's candy.
No,
it was sweet
actually,
tooth, right?
I can actually resist.
I chop it in half. You know how guys get offensive like you who won't eat a banana in public?
Yeah, you got to.
And they will like put it in their hand, break it off, and throw it back as if it's a piece of chewing gum.
Yeah.
Like they got to play it off that way. You would take that lollipop and maybe crush it into triangles and like pack it like a lip and be like, oh, no, it's cool.
So I guarantee you I would not just suck on the lollipop. I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
That would never happen. in a pinch, if I really had a sweet
like
tooth.
Paul Mall Cop, diabetic, you need a piece of sugar.
Yeah, if I just, in a pinch, if I'm really in need of it, I probably would just crunch it up. Crunch it up and just take it in pieces. But I would not. I just couldn't. There's nothing you could pay me in the world to stick one of, I'm not even going to say it. I would stay away. On the other side, you know who needs to stay away and stay the hell away for years and years? Anybody that was a Sam Darnold detractor. The man is good. How good? We tell you next on Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Are you annoyingly inattentive? Do you watch a movie and then ask a zillion questions because you weren't paying attention? Do people ask, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. Mattress Firm's semi-annual sale and clearance is happening now. Save up to 60%, plus get a free adjustable base with select Sealy mattresses. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hey, happy holidays to you and your loved ones. May this special season bring you peace, happiness, and cherished memories. Enjoy the magic of the holidays. Best wishes from your friends at ESPN West Palm and Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. I've helped many guys with ED in my 12 years of practice. But now you can get world-class care for ED 100% online by going to HIMSS.com. So what are you waiting for?
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to HIMSS.com/joy.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
At Unlimited Auto Wash, it's always a great day to get a wash. Hi, this is Kevin Dalton, the owner of Unlimited Auto Wash Club. Your car is dirty and you want it washed, but it might rain. No worries, we have a 72-hour rain check offer. For any reason, bring your car back for a free outside hand wash within 72 hours. Or join our Unlimited Club and receive unlimited hand washes inside and out with Tire Shine starting at $44.95 per month. Unlimited Auto Wash with 6 locations. Visit unlimitedAutoWashClub.com or call 561-WASH-ME-TOO.
Good Greek moving and storage. Your superhero movers.
The 2025 Land Rover Discovery is here, ready to take you wherever adventure leads. Lease the Discovery for just $829 a month for 36 months, with $69.95 due at signing, or finance at 2.9% APR for 60 months. Luxury, capability, and style combined in one powerful SUV. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach in person or online at LandRoverPalmBeach.com. Offer ends soon.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Congrats. And much deserved congratulations to the Kaiser Seahawks, the 2024 NAIA football runner-ups. You know, Kaiser can also make you feel like a champion on the links with the all-new Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center. Enjoy the best facilities in the area, including an expansive chipping and putting area. You got practice bunkers. You won't need those, though, because I know the good people on Theoretically Speaking, we don't even hit into the bunkers. Plus,
yes.
Yeah, we don't. Plus a 2,000 square foot indoor training area. When's the last time you hit into the bunkers?
I played a scramble.
Yeah.
Over the weekend. Not in the sand once.
Not in the sand once. Stay off the beach. Plus, you got a 2,000 square foot indoor training area with hitting bays and cutting-edge technology to help you train like a pro. The Kaiser University Golf Coaching Center is in the heart of Palm Beach County. It's right off of I-95 in the Turnpike. And to find out more, go to KaiserGolfCenter.com. Yeah, that's sometimes you want to hit it into the bunker, though, right? You know,
some people are good at that.
Yeah,
they like almost expanding the green to where it's all around the green. Where just gouge it, find in the bunker, and you'll figure it out from there.
And you know you can just. And my problem is like I cannot. My bunker shots, like a lot of people, I'm sure, are very erratic. So I try and stray from the sand. But some people are really good at getting it out of the sand, and you're right. Sometimes their approach shots and putting it on the green is a little bit better. So, yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun stuff. Little golf talk here. Little golf talk. You know who?
Little Tiger earlier on we talked about.
Hey, and 2 Herm Edwards drops.
Right? I was like, wait a second.
What the hell's going on here today on Theoretically Speaking? Firing. We're back in studio for the first time in like over a week, and we're clicking. We're hooking. We're hooping. You know who else has been hooping all year long, man? Proving me right. Proving his coaching staff right. Proving himself right. Sam freaking Darnold, man. Sam Darnold, who has the Minnesota Vikings 1 win away from the 1 seed in the NFC. Sam Darnold, who was tossed to the trash. Maybe we should, relegate the New York Jets franchise. Maybe we should consider that.
I think so.
Because they've literally ruined every quarterback that has gone through there, and every single signal caller, every single gunslinger that has left the Jets has been better either before or after. It's kind of weird. Even Brett Favre on the back end of his career went to the Jets, kind of did sucked, didn't make the playoffs, went to the Vikings, NFC Championship game. Aaron Rodgers, MVP, goes to the Jets, tears his Achilles, 4-win season. Likely going to retire with 499 passing touchdowns because of the Jets. Sam Darnold, a bust, tossed in the garbage.
Yeah, he was a laughingstock.
Zach Wilson, Geno Smith, all of these guys have one thing in common. They stunk with the Jets, and they were better elsewhere. We'll see. TBD on Zach Wilson. But Sam Darnold this year with the Vikings. Let's just take a look at the overall raw numbers, right? 14 wins, 4,100 yards passing, 3rd in the NFL, 35 passing touchdowns, 4th in the NFL. And, again, on Sunday Night Football, he and the Vikings get a chance to beat the Lions for the number 1 seed in a bye week in the NFC. Nobody could have called it except here on Theoretically Speaking. Can we go back into the time machine? Do we have time to do that? Let's go back into the time machine. If Sam Darnold can take these Vikings to the playoffs, that should be enough to have a J.J. McCarthy at age 22 play through the preseason maybe next year and sit again behind a guy in Sam Darnold who is getting chance after chance after chance. There's something in his tape. There's something in his presence and the way that he communicates with coaches or front offices or whatnot that keeps getting this guy second chances. And I do think if that's the case, that means that they're going to give him a real shot at becoming maybe the quarterback for the long term. Think Baker Mayfield. Think Geno Smith. We've seen it happen. Reclamation project. Whoa. Kevin O'Connell, what have you done? You got me looking smart out here. Now the win total for the Vikings was 7.5 in the preseason. And I remember the day that J.J. McCarthy tore his, ACL, meniscus, something like that. Yeah. The day that J.J. McCarthy went out for the season, we had our guy, Ahmad Hicks, who's a sports anchor out in Minneapolis, come on. He and I agreed this Vikings team with Sam Darnold could be a 9-10 win team. Sam Darnold could play his way into being a franchise quarterback again based on this season alone. What has happened? He actually makes me look stupid because I was selling him short. Sam Darnold is going to be a $50 million quarterback next year, C-Cat.
Yeah.
Whether that's with the Vikings or elsewhere, he has earned himself $50 million a year, especially if you look around the league and see the other guys that have that level of contract. And I am impressed with what he's done. I am not all that shocked.
Would you rather give a $40 million contract to Brock Purdy or a $50 million contract to Sam Darnold?
$50 million to Sam Darnold. $50 million to Sam Darnold, yeah.
How low would I have to go with Brock Purdy's number to make you say Brock Purdy?
I think Brock Purdy had 30, somewhere between 30 and 35. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. I don't think Brock Purdy should be paid more than Justin Jefferson.
Wow.
And that's not, he will be paid more than Justin Jefferson. He wouldn't be paid more than Justin Jefferson on my team. Somebody, including maybe even the Niners, are going to pay him a bigger contract. I don't think the value added from Brock Purdy is greater than the value added from Justin Jefferson. I can find another replacement level quarterback. Theoretically speaking here, in the happy hour, C-Cat and myself, Theo Dorsey. On the other side, we will continue a little bit of the Sam Darnold, but also, man, there's other things going on in the NFL, including not just the MVP race, but the race for the number 1 seed. Who's in the front seat? That's C-Cat. I'm Theo Dorsey with Theoretically Speaking on the ESPN 106.3.
The Club at Lost Lake, a championship Fazio design golf course in Hope Sound. Golf and social memberships are now available with no waiting list and immediate access. The course and club will see over $10 million in capital improvements and is one of the best private club values in the area. Experience the beauty and challenge of this renowned course for yourself. Enjoy year-round access to exclusive amenities and events. Visit clublostlake.com to schedule a visit today. Don't miss out on this incredible course. And please, putt responsibly.
College football lives here on ESPN 106.3. This big week of college football on ESPN 106.3 is presented by PNC Bank. PNC Bank is committed to making a difference in the lives of the customers they serve. See how at PNC.com.
Hi, I'm Scott Smith with Smith Ball, Baez, and Prather, Florida Injury Lawyers. As you have likely seen and heard, law firm advertising is at an all-time high. Attorney ads seem to be part of every radio and TV commercial segment. Some firms are even using paid actors and actresses to speak for them. At Smith Ball, Baez, and Prather, we know that the decision to hire a law firm should never be based on advertisements alone. It is our past results and many positive 5-star reviews that we encourage you to read at smithball.com to learn more about our law firm. We have board-certified lawyers. We have lawyers listed in the best lawyers in America and in super lawyers. But most importantly, we have experienced lawyers located right here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast that are ready to be your advocate and your voice, and fully prepared to start fighting for your legal rights today. Our purpose, legal power. Our mission, huge results. If you've been injured, the lawyers at Smith Ball, Baez, and Prather will help. Call us at 500-HELP, 500-HELP. With Smith Ball, Baez, and Prather, help is just a local phone call away. Offices Palm Beach Gardens, Boca Raton, and Port St. Lucie.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is Theoretically Speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
I'm such an awkward person, like socially. Like I have one of the big homies, one of my close friends from college who helped me get into the sports journalism game, Olivia. She just posted a picture with her man and her new baby. And I didn't know what to say. I wanted to comment. I liked it, and I commented, and I said, love it, fam. With a couple of the, finger intertwined emojis. Love
Cross
it, fam.
Fingers, yeah.
Cross fingers, yeah. Like, I love it.
Great baby.
I don't know what to say. You know what I usually do when people send me pictures of their baby or something? I give the phone to my wife, Ashley, and I say, hey, say something like compliment. And she'll say something. It works.
All right, I guess so.
I'm not good at that stuff. But you know what I am good at? Spotting out a good air conditioning company.
I've always known that about you.
And then telling people about it.
Mm-hmm.
EDSisyes.com. And then I said air conditioning, but they also do plumbing as well. EDSisyes.com. Go online and check them out. They've been keeping you cool since 2006. And they are trusted and well-known in this area. I mean, come on. 4.8-star Google rating with over 760 reviews. When a technician's about to come to your house, not only do they give you a good heads up and they're always timely, that technician sends you a picture of themselves along with a good bio. It tells you about them, their interests, their hobbies. If they're a sports fan, they usually include that in there. My guy Randy is a Canes fan. Randy, big shout. Got to see you again soon. EDSisyes.com. Timely service, 24/7 support. Book an appointment around your schedule. EDSisyes.com. C-Cat, we have tomorrow the opening of the quarterfinals in the college football playoffs on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, my Nittany Lions, man.
How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty confident, a little overly confident. I'm already planning the Orange Bowl trip that I believe the Penn State Nittany Lions will play either Notre Dame or Georgia right in our backyard. So I'm pretty confident.
We're doing a show from the Orange Bowl, right?
Oh, I know.
So you're saying you're planning the Orange Bowl trip as if the trip has not already been pre-planned for you?
I got people flying in.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Got to buy a bed spring and everything.
Oh. A bed spring?
Yeah, we have a second bedroom. A second bedroom, but we use it as an office, and there's no bed in there, but we need one now.
So a box spring?
That too.
Okay. Because a bed spring, I'm like, what, did y'all break the bed and then have to just replace one spring? Go in love, go in peace, go in joy.
Theo here. EDS is yes. You've heard me say that over and over. So I need you to keep this website in mind too. EDSIsYes.com. For the most trusted AC specialist here in Palm Beach County, EDSIsYes.com. For 24/7 support, EDS is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. There are so many reasons why EDS is yes when it comes to your air conditioning and plumbing. EDSIsYes.com. That's EDSIsYes.com.
Hey, Florida drivers, the holiday season is upon us. When celebrating, always plan ahead and know all your options. If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Besides, a DUI could cost you $10,000. Not exactly the best gift you could give yourself. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department